a bunch of. This is the second set of notes, right?
Well, it's the first. We're on live, man.
What?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We are in the backyard. I'm Steve.
Yeah, back from Utah. I'm Scott. How you doing?
We're together. We're Backyard Musings. There's a celestial show this month, so we're just going to highlight the stuff in the sky, right, from these notes that we created.
Sure. Okay, here we go.
So what you can see on your screen is the constellation of an eagle, and we'll be talking a little bit about that in here. But you can look for that this month. July skies offer a feast. Mars glows at dusk, while Mercury peeks out briefly. Venus blazes before dawn, and Jupiter joins in for a photogenic pairing. Saturn lingers past midnight, and the moon stages close encounters with Mars and the morning planets. 60 years after Mariner 4's trailblazing flyby, stargazers can celebrate by tracing Aquila the Eagle, which you see on your screen now, soaring overhead using bright Altair to sketch its wings against the dark. Would you like to know more?
Okay, here we go. So Venus, it dazzles in the eastern sky before sunrise, shining briefly for a couple of hours each morning. It's joined by the Pleiades star cluster and the bright stars Aldebaran and Capella.
Let's just call it Alderan.
Alderan
from Star Wars.
Jeez,
and Acapella.
Should have known. Creating a stunning early morning scene.
Okay, for Mars, look to the western sky after sunset to spot Mars glowing low above the horizon.
Right at the horizon. From Wicked. Look to the western sky.
Look to the western sky.
That's that song. Yeah.
It lingers for about 2 hours after dark, gradually fading and sinking lower each night.
Okay, Jupiter. We like Jupiter, right?
Yeah,
we like
big planet.
Yeah, big planet. Begins making an appearance in the eastern sky shortly before sunrise, starting at mid-month. Each morning, it climbs a little higher and edges closer to Venus. An eye-catching pair to watch as August approaches.
So Mercury, tiny planet Mercury.
Yeah.
For a brief window during the first week of July, which I think we've eclipsed that.
Yeah, we've done that.
That's done that. Mercury pops into view low in the western sky. Try looking 30 to 45 minutes after sunset, but act fast. It sets quickly. It's only visible for a short time. So if you've seen Mercury this past week, it would have ended this week, like today or tomorrow. Let us know if you're able to see it. We want to know.
Yeah. Another one of our favorites, Saturn, rises about around midnight and steadily climbs high into the southern sky by dawn. Its golden glow is a beautiful sight in the quiet hours before sunrise.
I tell you, folks, if you can get a telescope and the very first time you ever see Saturn in the sky, it just blows you away. You see this little blue dot, and you can make out the rings, and it's just crazy.
Okay, so if for us rednecks, could you use a scope from a gun, like a high-powered scope?
Not for Saturn.
You could not?
For the moons of Jupiter, yeah.
Okay.
For the moons of Jupiter, you could, but not for Saturn. It's too far out.
I had to ask that because I don't have a telescope.
Too far out.
A stargazing telescope, but I have a scope for a rifle. So,
but it's worth it to set it up, and you don't need a fancy tracking thing that tracks as the Earth rotates because we're not flat. The Earth rotates, so you don't need a fancy. But you've got to, adjust the lens so you have to find it first. That is a pain in the neck, and then get it into focus. And then you have to adjust every so often. But it's worth it. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Okay, the moon, Venus, and Jupiter on July 21st and 22nd. So that's in 2 weeks.
Coming up, yeah.
Coming up. Look toward the east this morning to find a lovely scene with the crescent moon and Venus, plus several bright stars. And if you have a clear view toward the horizon, Jupiter is there too, low in the sky.
July 28th. Moon and Mars. The crescent moon appears right next to Mars this evening after sunset. And all month constellation Aquila, the Eagle constellation, the slide that we just have up, right?
We have up still.
Aquila appears in the eastern part of the sky during the first half of the night. Its brightest star, Altair, is the southernmost star in the summer triangle, which is an easy to locate star pattern in northern hemisphere summer skies. So my grandkids have this cool app on their iPads, that you could look up the constellations and it'll tell you where it is in the sky.
Yeah.
So that's one way to look at it if you're not familiar. I mean, most of us
was
are
it
from
Skyview? Is it the Skyview?
I don't remember, but I'm
Skyview
sure
is one of them.
That, so yeah,
it's pretty cool. You just hold it up and it tracks. It looks at what's out there. It tells you the moon is over here. And
yeah, and
Jupiter's over there.
Unless you're lucky to live like down by Griffith Park Observatory, I think that's still open, right? That big observatory.
Open, yeah.
And we have an observatory here in Apple Valley.
In Apple Valley, yeah.
Yep.
Over by that
Lewis Center,
Lewis Center.
Phoenix Academy, Lewis Center. So those are all cool, and those people are on it, man. I mean, whenever this kind of special stuff comes on, they're always open.
They put a presentation.
Yeah. And by the way, I saw we had a comment the other day from somebody who said they lived here back in the late '80s and was stationed out of Georgia Air Force Base. So I'm sorry, I can't remember what your name was.
Awesome.
But yeah, cool. Thanks for that comment, because I mean, I've lived here since the mid '60s, so remember Georgia Air Force Base well. Our economy back then was thriving really good, and it kind of fell apart after they closed that base. So, but yeah, it's cool. I don't know where you live now, but let us know if you do. So,
all right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you on the afternoon.
Yep, and thanks for the comments. Take care, everyone.